The vast emptiness of space stretched before the Galactic Confederation's fleet, a massive armada of sleek metallic ships that had conquered countless civilizations. Commander Kang Min Lee stood on the bridge of the flagship, his eyes scanning the holographic displays that showed the approaching solar system. Earth appeared as a small blue-green marble, seemingly insignificant against the backdrop of cosmic darkness. Intelligence reports had been clear. Humans were a primitive species, barely capable of reaching their own moon. Their technology was rudimentary, their global communications fragmented, and their understanding of advanced space travel was laughable. This would be another routine conquest, another world added to the Confederation's expanding territory. In a small underground research facility buried deep beneath the mountains of South Korea, Dr. Jae-wook Kim worked differently. His team was unlike any other scientific group in human history. They didn't follow conventional military strategies or technological development paths. They saw the world and potential alien threats with a unique perspective. The monitoring screens flickered with incoming data about the alien approach. Kim's fingers danced across holographic keyboards, analyzing every minute detail of the approaching fleet. His colleagues thought he was mad, but madness sometimes breeds the most innovative solutions. Outside the facility, the world continued its normal routine. People walked streets, worked in offices, drove cars, completely unaware that their entire existence was about to be challenged by an extraterrestrial force that had never encountered human creativity. Kang Min Lee's second-in-command, a veteran of numerous galactic conquests, reported the final approach coordinates. Target planet confirmed. Invasion sequence prepared, the alien officer stated with cold precision. They had done this countless times before. Advanced shields, superior weaponry, and overwhelming numerical advantage had always guaranteed victory, but they didn't know humans. Dr. Kim pressed a single red button. Alarms began to sound in a facility that looked more like an advanced agricultural research center than a potential salvation for humanity. Large metal doors began to open, revealing something that would soon become legendary in galactic history. Rows of specially modified pigs stood ready. These weren't ordinary farm animals. Each one had been carefully engineered, fitted with quantum guidance systems, reinforced muscular structures, and capabilities that defied traditional biological limitations. "Operation Pigfall is go," Kim muttered, a slight smile crossing his typically serious face. The alien fleet continued its approach, scanning the planet's surface. Their sensors detected minimal technological resistance. No significant weapon systems, no planetary defense networks, no advanced energy signatures. Just a seemingly defenseless blue planet populated by a species they considered barely above primitive tribal societies. They were wrong, deeply wrong. In military control centers around the world, teams of human specialists watched and waited. They weren't panicking. They weren't afraid. They were prepared. The first wave of alien ships entered Earth's upper atmosphere, their sleek designs cutting through clouds like knife through butter. Kang Min Lee felt a sense of inevitable victory. Another world would soon bow to the Galactic Confederation. But something was different about this world. Something they couldn't detect. Something waiting. Dr. Kim's hand hovered over the final activation sequence. Years of research, months of genetic modification, weeks of precise calibration, all would be tested in the next few moments. The alien ships continued their descent, completely unaware that humanity was about to introduce them to a form of warfare so unexpected, so bizarre, that it would redefine interstellar conflict forever. And it all started with pigs. Genetically modified, quantum-guided, explosives-laden pigs. Humanity's most unusual weapon was about to be unleashed. The research facility hummed with an unusual energy. Dr. Jae-wook Kim walked between rows of modified pigs, each animal looking deceptively ordinary, but hiding extraordinary capabilities. These weren't just farm animals. They were living weapons designed to challenge everything the alien invaders understood about warfare. Military engineer Hye-jin Park reviewed the final schematics. Her computer screens displayed complex diagrams, of genetic modifications, quantum guidance systems, and explosive payload configurations. Each pig had been carefully engineered to become a precision biological missile. The genetic modifications were subtle but revolutionary. Muscle density increased by 400%. Skeletal structure reinforced with synthetic nanocarbon compounds. Neural networks enhanced to accept advanced guidance programming. These pigs could now survive extreme conditions, navigate complex trajectories, and deliver targeted impacts with unprecedented accuracy. Outside the facility, the world remained unaware of the bizarre defense strategy being developed. Farmers would have laughed if they knew their humble livestock was about to become humanity's most unexpected weapon of mass disruption. Specialized electromagnetic catapults lined the underground launch chambers. These weren't ordinary launching mechanisms. They were scientific marvels capable of propelling the modified pigs at hypersonic speeds. Each launch system could calculate complex trajectories, compensating for planetary rotation, atmospheric resistance, and potential alien shield frequencies. Dr. Kim watched as technicians ran final calibration tests. A single pig stood ready, in the launch chamber, looking almost bored with its extraordinary destiny. Its eyes seemed to understand something beyond normal animal comprehension, a sense of purpose, of mission. The quantum guidance system was the true genius of the project. Tiny processors embedded within the pig's brain could calculate million-point trajectory corrections in microseconds. These weren't just missiles. They were intelligent, adaptive biological projectiles. Explosive payloads were carefully designed. Not traditional explosives, but advanced nanite dispersal systems that could infiltrate and disrupt alien technological systems. Each pig carried a payload capable of causing systemic failures in complex machinery. Hyjin Park checked the final calculations. Payload capacity at 98% efficiency, she reported. Her voice was calm, professional, as if discussing a routine agricultural experiment rather than a potential planet-saving strategy. The team had considered multiple launch scenarios. Some involved launching entire herds of these modified pigs. Others focused on precision strikes targeting specific alien ship systems. Each scenario had been war-gamed, simulated, and refined to perfection. Training protocols for the pigs were equally innovative. Specialized virtual reality systems had been developed to help the animals understand complex navigation challenges. They learned to recognize alien technological signatures, understand three-dimensional spatial relationships, and respond to quantum-level guidance instructions. Dr. Kim remembered the initial skepticism when he first proposed the project. Military leaders had laughed. Scientific committees had called it absurd. But sometimes the most unexpected strategies yield the most remarkable results. The first batch of modified pigs represented years of secret research. Genetic engineers, quantum physicists, agricultural specialists, and military strategists had collaborated to create something truly unprecedented. A weapon that was simultaneously biological and technological, living and mechanical. As alien ships approached Earth's atmosphere, these pigs waited, calm, prepared, ready to become humanity's most unusual defense mechanism. One pig in the launch chamber seemed to look directly at Dr. Kim. Its eyes reflected an intelligence that went beyond typical animal awareness. It understood its mission. It was ready. The electromagnetic catapults hummed with potential energy. Launch sequences were primed. Guidance systems checked and double-checked. Humanity's most unexpected weapon was about to be unleashed, and the aliens would never see it coming. The pig blinked, waited, ready. Humanity's bizarre agricultural defense was moments away from changing galactic warfare forever. The first pig projectile launched with a thunderous roar. Its trajectory was perfect, calculated by quantum processors embedded deep within its genetically modified brain. The electromagnetic catapult hurled the living missile into the sky, cutting through clouds and atmospheric layers with incredible precision. Aboard the alien flagship, Commander Kang-Min Lee's sensors first detected something unusual. A small, organic object moving at impossible speeds, defying all known technological tracking systems. At first it seemed like a malfunction. "What is that?" his second-in-command asked, confusion clear in his voice. The pig projectile approached the first alien ship. Its quantum guidance system made micro-adjustments, compensating for solar wind, planetary rotation, and the ship's complex shield frequencies. To the aliens, it looked like nothing more than a small, insignificant object. They were wrong. As the pig entered the ship's outer shield perimeter, something extraordinary happened. The biological missile wasn't just a simple projectile. It was a sophisticated infiltration unit. Its reinforced body cut through energy shields like they were made of paper. The first impact surprised everyone. Inside the underground control center, Dr. Jae-wook Kim watched the initial attack unfold on multiple holographic displays. His team remained calm, professional. Years of preparation had led to this moment. More pig projectiles followed. Each one was unique, programmed with slightly different infiltration protocols. Some carried explosive nanite payloads. Others were designed to disrupt communication systems. A few were pure psychological warfare weapons. Alien communication channels erupted in confusion. Their advanced sensors couldn't comprehend what was happening. How could simple organic matter move with such precision? How could these projectiles penetrate shields that had stopped countless advanced weapons? The pigs weren't just missiles. They were living, thinking infiltration units. One projectile struck a critical power junction on an alien ship. Instead of a traditional explosion, it released a carefully designed nanite swarm. These microscopic robots began systematically dismantling the ship's internal systems, moving with surgical precision. Commander Lee watched in horror as his ship's primary systems began to fail. Communication networks collapsed. Navigation systems went offline. Defense mechanisms became increasingly erratic. "What are these?" he shouted, panic rising in his voice. Another pig projectile targeted the ship's quantum communication array. Its payload wasn't designed to destroy. It was designed to corrupt. Alien communication networks began receiving bizarre transmissions. Earth music, comedy show clips, random agricultural documentaries. The psychological warfare was deliberate and devastating. More launches followed. Each pig was a precision weapon combining biological adaptability with advanced technological capabilities. They moved in patterns that defied traditional military understanding. Sometimes slow, sometimes impossibly fast, always unpredictable. Hyejin Park monitored the attacks from the underground facility. Her team had prepared for this moment, but the actual deployment exceeded even their most optimistic simulations. "Tactical efficiency at 95%, she reported, calmly, as if discussing a routine military exercise. The alien fleet began to break formation. Confusion spread like a virus through their communication networks. These weren't just attacks. They were a complete breakdown of everything they understood about warfare. One pig projectile carried a special payload. As it entered an alien ship's main computer core, it released a carefully designed quantum virus. The virus didn't just disrupt systems, it began to rewrite them, introducing complex mathematical errors that would take years to understand. Dr. Kim allowed himself a small smile. Humanity's most unusual weapon was working perfectly. The pig projectiles continued their assault, each one a living, thinking weapon. Each one representing humanity's most unexpected defense strategy. The aliens were about to learn a crucial lesson. Never underestimate a species capable of turning agricultural livestock into advanced weapon systems. The tactical deployment had begun, and nothing would ever be the same again. The alien technological systems began to collapse like a complex house of cards. Each pig projectile carried more than just physical destruction. They were living infiltration units designed to dismantle advanced technological networks from within. Commander Kang-min Lee watched in absolute horror as his ship's most advanced systems started failing. Quantum communication networks transformed into chaotic noise. Navigation systems displayed impossible coordinates. Defense mechanisms began attacking their own ships. Dr. Jae-wook Kim and his team monitored every detail from their underground facility. The nanite dispersal systems within each pig were working perfectly. These microscopic robots moved through alien technological infrastructure like digital parasites, rewriting code, disrupting connections, creating systematic failures. 1. Pig projectile had specifically targeted the alien fleet's primary quantum computing core. Instead of a traditional explosion, it released a carefully designed virus that began rewriting fundamental mathematical algorithms. Complex systems that had taken centuries to develop started breaking down at the molecular level. Communication channels between alien ships became increasingly fragmented. What began as confident invasion communications transformed into desperate, confused transmissions. The aliens couldn't comprehend how simple biological entities could cause such comprehensive technological destruction. Shaijin Park tracked the disruption patterns. Each pig carried a unique payload, designed to exploit specific technological vulnerabilities. Some targeted energy distribution systems. Others focused on communication networks. A few were pure psychological warfare units. The quantum guidance systems embedded in the pigs allowed them to make split-second decisions. They weren't just projectiles, they were intelligent infiltration units capable of adapting to complex technological environments. An alien secondary command ship suddenly lost all primary systems. Its shields collapsed. Navigation disappeared. Communication networks transformed into random noise. The pig that infiltrated its core had done its job perfectly. Dr. Kim realized they had created something beyond a weapon. This was a technological revolution disguised as an agricultural experiment. The nanites continued their work. They didn't just destroy, they transformed. Alien technological systems began producing unexpected results. Navigation systems started displaying Earth documentaries. Communication networks broadcast random human music. Defense mechanisms began performing complex dance routines. Commander Lee's frustration grew with each passing moment. His most advanced technological systems were being defeated by what appeared to be modified farm animals. One particularly sophisticated pig projectile carried a quantum entanglement payload. As it infiltrated the alien fleet's primary network, it began introducing complex mathematical errors that would take generations to understand. The disruption wasn't just immediate. It was designed to create long-term technological chaos. The aliens had conquered countless civilizations. They had defeated advanced technological societies, but they had never encountered a defense strategy that combined biological adaptability with quantum-level technological manipulation. Backup systems failed. Emergency protocols collapsed. The alien fleet's technological superiority transformed into a massive, confused vulnerability. Dr. Jae-wook. Kim allowed himself a small smile. Humanity had just redefined technological warfare. Each pig carried more than weapons. They carried a message. Never underestimate a species willing to think. Completely outside traditional technological boundaries, the disruption continued. Alien ships began drifting. Their once precise formations dissolved into chaotic patterns. Advanced shield systems flickered and died. Quantum communication networks transformed into random noise. Hyejin Park tracked the progress. Technological disruption at 98% efficiency, she reported calmly. The pigs had done more than attack. They had completely transformed the understanding of technological warfare. Humanity's most unexpected weapon continued its systematic destruction. Each modified pig a living, thinking technological nightmare for the alien invasion force. The alien fleet retreated in complete chaos. What had started as a confident invasion had transformed into a humiliating defeat. Commander Kangmin Lee watched in disbelief as his once mighty armada collapsed into a scattered, confused mass of damaged ships. Dr. Jae-wook Kim stood in the underground control center, holding a small piglet. The symbol of humanity's most unexpected. Victory looked almost comically innocent. Around him, his team celebrated with quiet professional excitement. News of the victory spread quickly. Global communication networks buzzed with unbelievable reports. Humanity had defeated a technologically superior alien invasion using genetically modified pigs. It sounded like a joke. It was anything but. Hee-Jin Park reviewed the final tactical reports. The pig projectiles had not just defeated the alien fleet, they had completely dismantled their technological infrastructure. Each modified pig had been more than a weapon. They were living, thinking infiltration units that had rewritten the rules of galactic warfare. The first international press conference was surreal. Scientists and military leaders tried to explain how agricultural research had saved the planet. Reporters struggled to understand the details. How could pigs defeat an advanced alien civilization? Quantum physicists would spend decades studying the technological disruption. The nanite systems developed during the invasion would revolutionize multiple scientific fields. What had begun as a desperate defense strategy would become a turning point in human technological development. Commander Lee's report to the Galactic Confederation was a masterpiece of confused technology. His communication systems were still producing random Earth documentaries and music, technical language mixed with bizarre cultural references. The invasion report read like a confused poetry slam. Dr. Kim understood the deeper significance. This wasn't just a military victory. It was a statement about human creativity, adaptability, and willingness to approach problems from completely unexpected angles. The small piglet in his arms seemed to understand something profound. Its eyes reflected an intelligence that went beyond typical animal awareness. It was a living symbol of humanity's most unusual weapon. Global celebrations erupted. People took to the streets not with military parades, but with a sense of bizarre humor. T-shirts appeared with pig-based invasion jokes. Memes spread faster than actual news reports. Scientific institutions began immediate research into the technological breakthroughs. The quantum guidance systems, nanite dispersal technologies, and genetic modifications represented decades of potential scientific advancement. Alien civilizations watching the conflict received a clear message. Humanity was not to be underestimated. A species capable of turning farm animals into advanced weapon systems was a species to be respected. Diplomatic channels from other galactic civilizations began sending cautious communication requests. They wanted to understand. They wanted to learn. Dr. Kim knew this was just the beginning. The pig projectile technology would transform multiple scientific and military fields: agriculture, quantum physics, biological engineering. Nothing would remain the same. Hee-Jin Park prepared the initial research documentation. Thousands of pages detailing how genetically modified pigs had saved humanity from an alien invasion. It would become required reading in military and scientific academies across the planet. The piglet in Dr. Kim's arms squealed softly. Another pig projectile launch preparation was already underway in a different facility. Humanity was preparing, just in case. Commander Lee's damaged flagship drifted in space, its system still occasionally broadcasting random Earth music and comedy show clips. A permanent reminder of humanity's most unexpected victory. Global leaders began discussing the future. How would humanity use this new technological understanding? What other unexpected strategies could be developed? Dr. Kim looked at the piglet. It looked back, seeming to understand its place in history. A living weapon, a symbol of human creativity. An unexpected hero. The alien invasion was over. Humanity had won, and it had done so with something no one would have ever expected. Pigs. Just ordinary pigs, transformed into the most extraordinary weapon in galactic history.